Hi friends, welcome to Three Things at Three. We are so looking forward to today. We have another fun project getting everyone ready for the holidays.
This one is a popular and really fun project.
It absolutely is. Welcome, welcome, wherever you are joining us from. You're watching Three Things at Three, where theme number 1 is something to smile about, theme number 2 is something to learn, and theme number 3 is something to discover. Let's go. Hi everyone, welcome back to Three Things at Three. All right, so all this week we've been talking about handmade for the holidays, and today is no different because we are definitely doing something that is made by hand. And you know, it's just kind of fun and nostalgic to think about over the years what different people, the gifts that they have been given, and especially for those handmade gifts, what it has meant to them. And so we've asked everyone around here, you know, what is something that you've received that meant a lot to you? And so Allison, I'm happy to have you with me here today.
I am so excited, and it's something that is near and dear to my heart, really.
Yeah.
Handmade for the holidays. So I was telling you, and so I will share with everybody. There was a time when I was growing up. I remember I was either in high school or first going to college. My parents were making 3 house payments. We've moved twice, and they had not sold their house.
Wow.
And so they were making 3 house payments on 1.5 income. And so Christmas was coming around. None of us really had a lot.
Yeah.
And you know, I realize now as a parent how hard that would be to have to sit your kids down and say, listen, we are barely existing.
Exactly.
I mean, we were eating food storage.
Yeah.
My mom was pouring milk out of the jug halfway into another jug and mixing it with powdered milk, trying to just get through to make it. But Christmas was coming around, and so my parents sat us down and said, hey, there's not a lot, and we don't have a lot.
Yeah.
So we started a tradition in our family that we drew names. It was the first year that we'd kind of drawn names, but we started a tradition that we drew names, and my parents said, each of you has $10. Now, that was in the 80s, early 90s, so $10 meant a little bit more.
Right.
But they said, you have $10. If you can find things around the house, that doesn't count. But you have $10 to spend, and as parents, they said, we don't want anything but spend it on each other. Here is your name, and a $10 gift.
Wow.
And it has to be homemade. That was the caveat.
Was
my
that
mom
a
said.
scary thing for you?
Oh yes, I mean, you know, it was terrifying because before I had 2 brothers and 1 sister. I still have 2 brothers and 1 sister, but I mean, you know, before we had been able to just kind of go and just buy and do what we wanted, and I had a job, but I was giving my paycheck to my parents really just for a short amount of time. I mean, you know, they would just die. Here I am announcing to the world, they would just die. That we were all pitching in.
Everyone was contributing.
Everybody was contributing to the family. So the first year was a little bit hard, but it was so much fun that we have continued it to this day.
All these years later.
All these years later.
Wow.
So there was a couple of lessons we learned. First thing is $10 is not very much money.
No.
But we learned to be resourceful.
Okay, yeah, because even making something handmade now definitely costs more than $10.
Right. Second thing we learned is that we learned to give. And we learned to give of ourselves. And as we decided to do it the next year, you would think about it all year long. And you really thought about that person all year long. Because the things that we wanted to give. And it got a little competitive.
Yeah,
we always
of
wanted to do
course.
really great gifts. You know, we kind of wanted to outdo.
Yeah.
But we really thought about that person
So
all year.
you knew who the person was going
Yes.
to be for the next year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we decided on Christmas who
All
the
right.
person. So every year, you know, we would draw a different name.
I love that.
And it's just something, it gave Christmas a new meaning
Yes.
to us because
Yeah.
we were so excited
Yeah.
to give our gifts. So I've brought a couple.
Oh, I can't wait to see. Okay, what do you have?
All right, the first one that I have is this clock. Now, my brother made this clock for me, and my mom painted it. Painted it for me.
Wow.
And so
That's
I mean, isn't
beautiful.
it just so fun? I mean, my brother
Yes.
made this when he was like 11 or 12.
Wow.
And so it just is
That's
just
pretty
this really
impressive.
fun clock that I have had and I've kind of cherished. And he had found the wood
Yeah.
around. He learned to do all the mitering and routing. He worked with my dad to do it. And the
Oh,
only thing he
wow.
bought was the hands.
Wow.
So,
That is impressive.
yep. So,
And what a treasure to have
Oh,
all these
yes.
years later. Like
absolutely,
you would never
I
let
love
that
it.
go.
No. The second thing I have, and my sister thought and thought and thought, and you might not think this is really great, but this is a candle holder. So kind of
Yeah.
candle holder, but she learned to stain glass and to weld and all the things to
Wow.
make that. And so it is something that we all have these stained glass treasures, you
Yes.
know, like in our, it's just a dying art.
Yeah.
And she learned to do that and she does beautiful work
Just
now.
think of all the skills that you all
Yes.
learned over the
Yeah,
years.
so this is
too.
one of her very first. I actually have a kaleidoscope that she did that I didn't grab this morning, but yeah, we
Wow.
all have doors and windows and different things because as she got better and better and better,
Oh,
it was
my
a skill she
goodness.
had. So this is one of her first that she did.
What a beautiful
yeah.
thing.
So it really is.
Yeah.
It really is such a treasure to me. This handmade for the holidays because it's kind of my history.
Yeah.
And I really love it. Now, my kids, not so much. Tried to instill in them, they're like, no. We have no interest whatsoever in doing that.
Yeah.
But my brothers and sisters, we've kind of
That's
carried it
wonderful.
on.
You
those
have
that
carried
want
on.
to,
Okay.
those that want to participate.
So
we
the
have a few in our
siblings.
family that don't want to participate anymore,
Oh, my
but
goodness.
those of us that do,
I
we
love
still.
Judy said that your whole family learned how to be resourceful and resilient.
Right. And grateful.
Yes.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
So
grateful.
it's really fun. It always is so fun to see. I mean, you know,
Yes.
just some of the fun things. I had a sister-in-law who made paper and then put it
Wow.
together in a book.
Okay.
One year, and it was just different things. Now that very first year was so hard.
Yeah.
I just remember I'm like $10, and I remember my mom going to the cupboard and getting I knew how my grandma had taught me how to hand stitch and getting a pair of pillowcases because we couldn't buy pillowcases for $10, but I could
No.
buy embroidery floss.
Wow.
And so I embroidered on the edge of the pillowcases
I
for
love
my brother.
that.
And I remember one year that my other brother had gone around and found all these odd containers and planted plants. For my sister,
Yeah.
that's what he gave her on Christmas morning. He had bought the plants, but the containers were things that meant
Wow.
stuff from around the house. So just really
so
fun
do you
tradition.
have your gift planned out for this year?
Well, yes,
Is it
but
already
It's
done?
already done. But I can't
Wow.
share.
You'll have to share with me afterwards.
Chris, I shared yesterday. Guess what's all done?
Your Christmas shopping, I saw
Yes,
that.
and half wrapped.
I saw that.
yes.
Okay, well, I don't even want to talk to you about that anymore. I think that's great. Nanette is sharing in the comments that their middle daughter is crocheting all her gifts this year, and she's excited to see what she's going to make it for everyone.
Right.
How wonderful! I love that.
I just love it. It
Yes.
kind of takes us back. I don't know. I remember growing up, and hey, we have a studio audience, so I'm gonna give a shout out to our studio audience because one member of our studio audience loves Little House on the Prairie. Leanne's with us in the studio audience, and she loves Little House on the Prairie.
Yes,
and
she does.
Do you remember on Little House on the Prairie? I was always shocked and amazed when they got one present wrapped in brown paper. One present wrapped in brown paper, and they
it was
were
the
so
best
thrilled.
thing.
It was,
It was the best thing
and
they could have
maybe
gotten.
it was some it always seemed like work.
Yeah.
Because was it just fabric? And then they had to make their own dress or whatever.
That's
but
right.
I'm just like, oh my I mean, but it
goodness,
kind of takes you back to that time
That is pretty
that
special.
maybe they have different meanings.
I love that. Well, what a wonderful story and a great tradition. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. We'd love to hear in the comments, what are some of your family traditions? Do you have something like this going on in your family where you all have to give the gift of handmade? Or maybe is that just something that you do for someone else? Or maybe somebody else has given you a handmade gift. We'd love to hear about your thoughts on that. And I think it would be fun just to read what everyone has to share.
And if you want to post it
Sure.
and tag us. Post a picture. I mean, you know, we would love to see. And I'm always looking for new fun ideas because, you know, like I said, I always have to outdo those brothers of mine.
Exactly. No pressure every year.
No.
Oh my goodness, that is pretty cool. All right, well, thanks, Allison. Hey, Allison and I are headed over to the sewing table as we get ready to share with you another idea for a handmade gift, and we'll do so right after this. Last week on 3 Things at 3, we showcased a wonderful mix of projects for your home, and we reported on our recent visit to the International Quilt Festival in Houston, Texas.
We also talked about our sewing mentors, all the Phils.
Mom, thanks for the inspiration.
Jackie showed us how to make these amazing one-block wonders, and Kris shared the perfect ruler for making curves easier than ever before. Watch 3 at 3 live every Monday through Thursday at 3 p.m. Mountain Time.
And you have all your fingers, so it was the perfect gift.
Or watch it on demand via Facebook or YouTube by clicking the links below.
Come and spend some time with your girlfriends during 3 Things at 3, where we always have something to make you smile,
Something to learn.
and something to discover. Let's go. I love reading your comments. Pat shared something about how soon after her mother or mother-in-law, I can't remember, it was up there, but had passed away, they were having a hard time getting back together.
Right.
And so she's trying to do more of this to get, bring back that gift of handmade. I love that so much.
Right. I mean, nothing is more important than family or I was just driving in this morning and I have an aunt that I haven't talked to for a long time that just texted, you've been on my mind. And I just love this time of year because I think that we do pull those loved ones just a little bit closer.
Absolutely. So. We have to love that. All right, everyone. If you are just joining us, welcome to 3 Things at 3. I'm Kris, and this is Allison. And today we're going to share with you a fun gift idea that incorporates our love of handwork along with the beautiful look of wood.
Yes.
All right, so what we're going to do today is show you these adorable ornaments that you can make, and these are so easy to do, so you could get them literally done in about an hour tops.
Right.
All 3 of them.
And they're so darling.
Yeah, I mean, they really are cute, and so these are actually handmade right here in the US of A, aren't they?
Right here in the Logan, Utah, US of A.
That's right. Exactly. So for those of you who have followed my journey a little bit, you know that our son, Jake, is the one who puts these together. And so I'm really proud of him, and I hope you'll stick around for theme number 3 because we're going to show you a little bit behind the scenes of what Jake does.
And you will be amazed at what goes on behind the scenes and then how inexpensively you can pick these up.
Absolutely.
Because, wow, those kids of yours work their guts out to get these together.
They do, for sure. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this is done. First off, this is, real wood, mahogany wood, and there's a laser that goes into each of these little dots here. And I'm going to hold this up to this camera. Hopefully you might be able to see it a little bit better. All right, so there we go. So we have, this one is peace, and each wooden ornament says something a little bit different. So this is that word, and I've already stitched out the PEAC. Now I just have to do the E. So I wanted to be able to show how this is done because it is just like a regular hand stitch project. Don't worry that it's not fabric. Don't let that, kind of ruffle your feathers at all and think, well, how can I do this? This is how it's done, because all you're going to do is take a needle, and I have 3 strands of embroidery floss, and I'm going to pull it from the back to the front. And you can see here that I actually did not put a knot in it. I like to just keep a tail about an inch or 2 there and hold it down, and then I'm going to stitch over it, and that way I don't have these big knots coming out anywhere. And I'm just going to do this just like we normally would with a back stitch, right? So with a back stitch, what I do is I go up in one hole, bring it all the way through. Let me get this over here. And then I will go back down into the previous hole that I had before and pull it all the way through.
This reminds me of those lacing cards that that we had when we were kids, or that I had for my kids.
Yep.
I just absolutely love this. I mean, but this would be great for kids to do too.
Absolutely. And I mean, all they have to do is just follow these little holes. And so again, you're just finding the hole that goes in next, doing a back stitch. Isn't that so simple to do, Allison?
Oh, yes, absolutely love it.
Yeah. So you continue doing this method until all of the letters have been done.
And what a great practice. I'm thinking of a couple of things. I'm thinking maybe those of us that have elderly parents that can't see very well, or that really love that, or kids, or myself. Or what a great practice. If you're new to hand embroidery,
Yes.
then this is, you kind of get that motor skill.
Yes.
And learn the rhythm of it.
And you're absolutely right. And sometimes it's really nice to be able to hold on to something a little bit stiffer. So sometimes you can see I have to go, I need to look at the back and see where I'm going. Sometimes I can just feel exactly where it goes. But honestly, these go together in just a few short minutes. So very, very easy to do. All right, so this is how the letters are done. Again, just a simple back stitch and you will have it completed. Okay, right there. And then to actually tie it off, I would turn it over to the back and just go underneath a few stitches, and maybe one more time, and then trim. Easy peasy. That's
now, if
it.
you bought 2, you could do one back to back. You could glue them together, and then if you hung them on the tree, then
that's
they
very
would do that. Or you could put some felt or whatever, or you could just not worry about it.
Exactly.
But wouldn't these be really fun to do if you wanted to do them as gift tags?
Oh yes.
I mean,
gift tags.
put
I
a little
love
ribbon
that.
in that, and then just 2
Yes.
from on the back, and it's a gift tag. I
think that's a great idea.
I'm a kind of a snob wrapper. Like all my wrapping paper has to
man,
match.
you wouldn't want to go to my house. I just like throw it in a
it
bag and call it
It
good.
always hurts my heart on Christmas morning when I'm like, what do you, that ribbon, you're just throwing that away? Nobody throw these away.
No, for sure. All right, so then I want to take you through how you do the little leaves here, because we're actually going to do a different stitch, which again, if you've done hand embroidery, you're very, very familiar with it. And that would be to be able to do the, oh my goodness, I just
Lazy
lost.
daisy.
Lazy daisy, thank you. So with the lazy daisy, all I did was I took my green floss and I went all the way down the center. But let's go ahead and do one of these leaves. So I'm going to start from behind and bring it all the way up. And then, just again, like we do with a lazy daisy, I'm going to kind of hold on to this thread with my thumb and bring that needle right back down into the same hole that I just came up. All right, so same hole, pull it through, and now I'm not going to pull it all the way through. Do you see how it's created this little loop right here? So just be very steady as that loop comes a little closer. And now I'm going to find the hole that is just at the end of that leaf. Whoops, I just let my needle out. Okay.
Slippery little sucker.
Yeah, and then right here, I'm going to make sure that I go in between that loop, pull it up, and then go right back down into the same hole. Now it won't go through because it's caught onto that loop.
Right.
And that's as easy as that one is. So I'll do another one. Okay, right here again, I'm coming up through the hole. I'm about to go back into the same hole that I came up with. But again, I don't pull it all the way through. I'm making sure that I have this nice little loop here. And again, this is what we call a lazy daisy stitch. So I pull it in a little closer, but not all the way through. And now I find where my hole is at the end of the leaf, bring it up, pull it out, and bring it back down into that same hole.
Larry asked if you're using floss, which you are. You're using 3 strands of floss
I
or
am.
pearl cotton, which would work just as
Either
well.
way.
Yeah, either way would work
you could
great.
definitely use either one of those. So very, very simple to do. And that's how the lazy daisy stitch is done with the piece of wood. What do you think?
Cute. I love it.
I love it too. So it just gives this little, handmade look to an ornament. I love trees that are filled with handmade ornaments, and this definitely does the trick. So this is peace, joy, and hope. And if you're interested in these ornaments, we will have them available tonight on Comments Sold. And we will also include the red and green floss in that little set.
Or
So-
they're also on our website under new releases or as seen on 3 Things at 3 today.
Oh,
already.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So they're already up on the website. Now, someone said that you could also use these for coasters, and absolutely, that's a great idea as well. So not only could you use it as tree ornaments, but as coasters, that would be really
Yeah,
pretty
really fun.
as well.
Yeah.
So lots of good ideas. Now, to cover the back, if you don't mind having all the threads on the back, then just keep them that way. If that's going to be something that's bothers you, then go ahead and put some felt over it.
Right.
Or a piece of cardboard, or, there's all kinds of things. A piece of fabric if you
Piece of
wanted
cork
to.
if you wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. And just glue that on. And then you have a
With
hole
your
at
hot
the
glue
top.
gun.
There you go. And then at the top, you're going to just take a piece of small ribbon or twine and just loop it through the hole at the top. And now you have the perfect little ornament. So Marilyn's asking, what size needle am I using? Marilyn, that is a really good question. I don't know. To be honest, I went to my little needle jar that I have at home and I pulled one out and I tried to stick it through and I went, oh, that one's a little bit too big. So I pulled out another one and it was just right.
Yes.
Kind of like the 3 little bears. Just right. So anyway, I wish I could tell you a number, but I honestly don't know the number on that one, Marilyn.
Right.
All right. Carol's asking, does my son do any others? He does, yeah. So we have Peace, Hope, and Joy. We have another new set that will come out in just a couple weeks that says Merry, Bright, and Cheer, I believe. So, there's lots of different sayings that you could have on these ornaments, and they're really
so cute.
They're really fun.
Right.
to make.
They're the type of ornaments that you pass down. I
Yeah.
mean, from one to the other. I mean, because they are not going to get crushed or whatever. So fun.
Absolutely. So hope you were inspired and hope you learned something new, and maybe it's something you might want to give a try as well. So, all right, that's all for theme number 2. We're moving into theme number 3 right after this.
Give Santa the nudge to pay attention to the following dates: Thursday, November 7th, 14th, 21st, and 29th, because My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop is offering unbeatable holiday deals on sergers, sewing and embroidery, long-arm quilting machines, and so much more. Tune in Thursday, November 7th to My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop Swig Night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for a 1-hour presentation covering all you want to know about our most popular and easy-to-use models of sergers. On Thursday, November 14th at 6 p.m., we're talking about sewing and embroidery machines. Join us Thursday, November 21st at 6 p.m. We'll feature some of our amazing long arms. SWIG stands for Show and Sale with the Girlfriends. We walk you through the details of these machines so you can make an informed decision on which one will look best under your tree this year. Then on Friday the 29th at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, join us for our live Black Friday Sale Spectacular. Watch us live on Facebook or on our app. It's our most exciting live sale of the year. Click the link below for more information.
All right, some really exciting things to look forward to, including Swig Night again tomorrow night.
I know. Oh. Good thing you said tomorrow night. Yesterday I'm telling him it's tomorrow night. And that's comment sold.
That's comment sold. Tonight is comment sold. Definitely don't miss out on that. But tomorrow night we have sewing and embroidery machines that are on an amazing deal.
Oh, wow.
So join us at 6 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow evening right here on Facebook and YouTube. And we're also going to be giving away 3 $100 gift cards to 3 lucky people who are live, that you have to be live on tomorrow's video.
You have to claim it.
To do it. So definitely that's something you're going to want to check out, even if you're thinking, I don't know if I need an embroidery machine, but I just want to, try my hand at winning a gift card. Why not? Why not?
Right.
So tomorrow night is 6 o'clock. Don't miss it. It's going to be a good one. And just a reminder that tonight, our serger sale ends at midnight. So, I mean, you can still get in on some good deals on the sergers through Christmas, but that extra 20% off is through tonight.
Right.
So definitely make sure that you do that. All right, Deb said she's thinking of getting another machine. Why not?
Right.
I think that sounds great. All right. Well, as I mentioned earlier, these ornaments are made right here in Logan, Utah, and it's because of my most awesome son, the only son I have.
He's pretty cute.
But he is pretty cute. And so Abby went over and paid him a visit the other day. Although, Abby, I have to say, I can't believe he didn't let you get his cute face on camera, but whatever, it's fine. If I would have been there, I would have made sure. But, for a 22-year-old, he's like, no, that's okay. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at exactly how these ornaments are made. Way to go, Jake. Way to go.
Wow. Wow.
And it doesn't just end right there either, because then he and his sister have to wash every single one of them.
Sand them down.
Yep. So there's a lot more that continues to go on with this. So, hopefully that gives you a little more insight to exactly kind of behind the scenes of what happens when we give a handmade gift like this. There is a lot of behind the scenes that happens, and we're very grateful that he does this for us.
And we have to point out, he works a full-time job.
He does.
And then does this. So,
he does this as a side job. Exactly.
Yep, he's pretty incredible.
Yeah, he's a great kid too. So we kind of would like to claim him and keep him most of the time.
Even I claim him. I mean,
Exactly. Oh, trust me, Jake's got about 1,700 mothers.
Right. And he does not appreciate any one of us.
All right, too fun. So again, if you're interested in any of those ornaments, they'll be available tonight on Comments Sold. All right, one more thing we want to remind everyone of.
Right.
And
Let's
that
talk
is
Demo December.
Demo December.
Now,
Let's do
yesterday I said Demo December is coming. The sign-ups for Demo December are live under new releases. So Demo December is so fun this year. Give you a little bit of a sneak peek. It's called Home for the Holidays.
Yep.
And we are going to be doing things a little bit different this year.
Yeah.
So usually you had to watch 3 different days, 3 different times, and send
You
that
don't
code
have
word
to
in.
this
You don't
year.
have to. Just sign up for whatever time works for you on December 2nd. And these are Mountain Standard Times, 10,
Yep.
12, 2, 4, and 6.
No
And
need to sign up for more than one.
right, it's going to
Just
be the
one will
same
be
demo.
fine. Mm-hmm.
And you will watch this demo. When you do, we are going to send you a free digital download. And it is a darling
Yeah.
Kimberbell exclusive that you can
Yes.
only get by watching Demo December.
Yep.
And we are actually going to show it on the new Kimberbell tote blanks.
Yes, which
That-
she has in all different colors.
And that are coming out any day now.
Yeah.
Any day now. That's all you'll need to do to pick those up to put this on here. But you could put that design on anything.
Absolutely.
So be
Yeah.
sure to sign up. It's free
Yeah.
to sign up, and all
Yeah.
you have to do, watch the demo, and then Kathy will send you the
So
design.
Wanda asked if
and-
there was a shipping charge, and
No.
no, there's no shipping charge because it's a download.
Right.
So
Right. So yeah,
All
no
right.
shipping charge. You just get that, and but be sure to do it on Demo December Day because
Yes.
there's also an exclusive coupon that's going to
Yes.
go out that you
It's only on that
only
day.
on that day, and you have to watch to get the coupon code.
yes,
So
exactly. And happy birthday to Peggy.
Demo December's
who-
on her birthday.
That's
Happy
pretty
birthday,
exciting.
Peggy. In honor of you, we'll send you a free digital download if you sign up and watch.
That's right, exactly. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being with us today. We're so grateful for your support, for your love, your encouragement. You guys are the best. You really are. We have the best community, and we're so grateful for you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Keep doing all the things that you love, and we hope to see you again real soon.
And those of you that it's charging a shipping charge, I will fix that in just a minute. Call customer care. So everybody give me about 10 minutes and I will go fix that right now.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it gets fixed within about 30 seconds. If
I
Kathy's
probably-
on
if
it,
Kathy's
she's on it.
Yep. But
All
if not, I'll
right.
double check. So.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.